So as for the Quran, the first place is the saying of Allah the Most High, fight against those who believe not in Allah, nor in the last day, nor forbid that which has been forbidden by Allah and His Messenger, and those who acknowledge not the religion of truth among the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, until they pay the jizya with willing submission and feel themselves subdued. Slight divergence here. One, I want to read a comment again. What a profound example. A blind man killed his own servant who was nursing him. It was his wife. Just because he insulted, the man, And Muhammad let it go. So because he explicitly allowed this to pass, this is taken as a ruling from in the Sharia. It's taken as a ruling because Muhammad speaks with the authority of Allah. So now when they say the religion of truth, when they use the term religion of truth, Islam is the Deen ul Haq, right? Haq is the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality. So Islam is considered the ultimate view on reality, the ultimate truth, right? It is without falsehood. It is perfect. Christianity and Judaism are considered the Deen al-Batil. Now the al-Batil means the worthless, the void. This is also the false, because Batil is one of the names of Satan. Now, the Deen al-Batil means that our prayers, our supplication to God goes unheard. It's like dust. It just turns to dust and falls at our feet, because Allah does not listen to those who follow the Deen al-Batil, because Islam has abrogated all other religions, right? And we are to submit ourselves and pray behind Muhammad the way Jesus prays behind Muhammad, or will pray behind Muhammad. That's also within the Sharia, but not the subject of this talk today. So the order is to fight them until they pay the jizya and feel themselves subdued. Now, why are we listening to No Name Muslim 69 in the comments when we've got one of the absolute top, most respected scholars in all of Islam in all time, telling us exactly, giving us the complete description of what this means. He's interpreting this and giving it its final interpretation, right? It is not permissible to leave the Jews and the Christians alone until they are in a subdued state and pay the jizya. So they are not to leave us alone. They're to harass us and keep putting pressure on us until we give in to them. It is known that their paying the jizya is while submitting to it in a humble state, and that their state of being subdued is through their duration in the Muslim state. So that's okay. Now they're talking about dhimmis again. Whoever insults Allah or His Messenger, then they are not in a subdued state. Well, don't forget though, it is the duty of Muslims to impose Sharia in non-Muslim lands, to turn them into Islamic lands. So they are to make sure that we are in a subdued state, and if we are able to speak up, we are not subdued enough. That is because the one who is subdued is lowly, and this action is an action of one with power. So if we are able to speak, we still have power, and they must take the power away from us. The second place is in the saying of the Most High, if they violate their oaths, blah, blah, blah. If they attack your religion with disapproval and criticism, fight the leaders of disbelief. That's why men are going to punch Hatun in the face, because she's a leader of disbelief and she must be fought. Let's continue. Every description, now they're talking about every description, every attribute given within the Quran and the Sunnah independently affects rulings. They're speaking of rulings. Fight the leaders of disbelief. Will you not fight the people who have violated their oaths? Blah, blah, blah. If it was said Zayd is to be killed as he is an apostate and adulterer, what they mean that these things are cumulative, right? So apostasy is one crime and adultery is another crime. So these things are cumulative. It affects the ruling. So now you have multiple strikes against you.